Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another AceGamesTV presentation of Starcraft 2. Up here in the top left we have AcerBly spawning on Shakuras Plateau, and in the top right we have AcerNerchio, probably Acer's head player. Mainly what Acer is known for is having Nerchio. Don't really know who else they have, to be honest, besides Nerchio and Bly. The only reason I know Bly is on the team is because I'm watching the replay. And Nerchio's apparently getting mad at Bly. Calling him a noob. Anyways, this is ZVZ. One of the most chaotic matchups, in my personal opinion. It's crazy right from the start. It kind of reminds me of how PvP was before they started deviating from nothing but 4 gates. Except for there's actually like deviations in builds for Zerg, unlike PvP was. But the amount of aggression that you get from the very beginning in PvP is the same in ZVZ. Now, interestingly enough, Bly decided to do an extractor trick. Don't know why. It's really not. It doesn't help whatsoever. It's actually a negative. You don't gain anything from this. He's actually going to be behind a drone because of it. And I think he's going for an early hatch. So he's going for the economy build, but he's messing up his economy at the same time. I'm going to screw myself, and I'm going to make it better by being risky. Nerchio, however, is doing the safe build. He is going spawning pool, then extractor. He'll probably expand right after he builds 4 lings and a queen. Overlord's kind of scouting the map. This is something that's really big on ZVZ, is Overlord placement, because there is no anti-air in the very beginning. It's not like you're going against Protoss or Terran, where it's like, oh, tier 1, we can kill those. Nope, we don't get air shooting units until tier 2 usually, and you don't have queens walking out this far on the map, so you don't really have to worry about them. I'm not sure if this is in the patch where the overlords are extremely fast and the queens have gotten that range buff yet. Check that as soon as a queen pops out. Bly's spawning pool is about to finish here, and we do have 4 Zerglings moving across the map. Nerchio has laid down his hatchery, but Bly's about to finish here, so if he can deal with these Zerglings that are coming up fairly easily, he's going to be ahead. Nerchio does have his link speed started a lot earlier though, and now it does look like he's just going to go straight into the main, going to try and pick off some drones. Nice little trick here, putting the spawning pool there to block off the lings from entering too much. And now Bly does have outlings of his own. The one thing about the build that Bly is doing is that it's nice, you'll be ahead in his economy for a little while, but it puts you in a very defensive position for the first 5 minutes after this is up. It's on a map like Shakuras, since it's such a long distance from here to here, it's really easy to hold in ZVZ, but if you are a kind of person who really likes to be aggressive, this is not the build I would suggest. I would go spawning pool first, that way you can actually be the one containing the other player. Right now, Bly doesn't really want to move out on the map, because Nerchio can literally just like run in there. He's going to have the unit advantage for a little bit. And now Nerchio trying to sneak in there, but nice queen block there. Gonna try and pick off a few drones. Manages to pull that one out. And I don't... Oh, Nerchio does get into the main, and he's gonna see the baneling nest. So he's gonna know whatever is coming. He's gonna get 1 drone, it looks like, maybe 2. Nope, did not get that second one. Gonna pick off the rest of those lings. Didn't really get too much. Yeah, only 3 drones killed so far. But it does look like Bly is sitting in a very good position. Nerchio getting a baneling nest of his own. And now, killing off those lings, Bly is free to move around the map, do whatever he wants. He's going to go up and check the third here. A couple of lings are going to spot him. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Bly should probably get those lings out of there, or just sacrifice them. Oh, no, doesn't manage to save 3 there. And nice position on this Overlord right here. Does manage to see when those gases are taken. Nice little thing to have there. Knowing when gases are taken are great information. And apparently someone just came online. Now, I'm curious to see if any of these guys are going to try and make any kind of aggressive pushes right now. They both are getting layer tech, so I'd imagine they're going to wait until they can get that next tier of tech. Nerchio is laying down the Roach Warren, so I would imagine he's going to go for Infestors. I personally like Infestors in this matchup because Mutas are just too easily dealt with, in my opinion, and Nerchio does get into the man scouting, does see the layer timing, doesn't see much else. I was arguing it taken out, and let's go ahead and check. No, this is before the range patch for the queens. They do have 5 range now, which is a little bit ridiculous. Because to be honest, queens were already good enough as they were defending off air pushes. I really don't think they needed the buff. It's nice. I'm a Zerg player, so I'm not going to complain, but it was a little unnecessary. Queens were fine. I don't think they needed that buff. Overlords, however, that speed buff they got was really nice. And the observer build time got a change, I think. I think it's quicker now. I mean, I think that's kind of a good balance change in my opinion, because when you think about it, Terrans can just scan and immediately get detection if they have the energy. Zergs can just immediately morph an Overseer. So I think the detection change was a good one, if it was reducing it. I don't remember which one it was. Now both players are trying to take a third. Bly's is a good bit ahead. And Nurture's going for Roach Speed and Burrow, so I would imagine that he is looking to put on some aggression right now. Do you see a couple roaches moving across the map? They are going to get spotted by some overlords though, so if Bly is smart, he will have time to respond to this. Also, Nerchio following up with an infestation pit and some spore crawlers, so I believe he knows about these mutas that are on the way. Where is that spire? Has he seen it? Yes, he has seen it, so he knows about the mutalisks. Already putting out spore crawlers. And this third is going to get denied. Nice cancel there, getting it at the very last second. And now Nerchio is sitting in a nice spot. His third is going to finish. He knows about the mutalisks. However, they are going straight for the third. So if Nerchio cannot respond in time, he will lose this third. In fact, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. He's just going to lose this third. Yeah, there are no spore crawlers whatsoever. There's not a queen here. There is one building, but that can just be focused. And the infestors aren't really out yet to deal with this. So nice muta timing by Bly. I'm getting them out before the infestors can be there. Gonna get not necessarily worth their weight just yet. They've done a good job, but he needs to get a little bit more harass in there. Maybe pick off some overlords. I'm gonna try and snipe this one. Does get it. Couple mutalisks. Yeah, not really good blood. Picking off a couple roaches, and now Bly has some great map control. Now Nerchio did burrow some roaches here, so that's going to be problematic for him. There's another roach up here. Just checking to see if there's a fourth being taken, or some kind of hidden third. And Nerchio's just saying, screw it. Roaches are tanky. I'm moving out. I'm going to attack you. However, Bly does have these spine crawlers, so he should be relatively okay. If he gets baneling hits while these roaches are still glued up. Oh, and he finds the newly placed third. Oh, that's going to have to be cancelled. That is unfortunate. Nerchio denying both expansions now. However, he still needs to put up one of his own if he really wants to take advantage of this. Burrowing another roach there. Very smart play. Do believe the roaches here are going to get taken out pretty soon. Nope, no detection there. And Nerchio's just going to turn around. It looks like he's going to try and take a new third, since this one is currently being watched over. Yeah, he does lay that down. And now we have Roach Speed and Overlord Speed, one of the most underused upgrades in my opinion. I believe that is one of the greatest upgrades ever. Um, it works wonders, especially before the Overlord buff, I guess, got implemented. It was the most amazing thing for scouting. Like, in the mid game, it was awesome, and you could just kind of be all over the map. And also, it really sets you up if you ever want to do drops. Now, Bly is laying them 2 more expansions and a macro hatch, and a nice fungal there, catching 4 Mutalisks. Needs to land another one, and nope, those are just going to get away, unfortunately. And now these Mutalisks are just start harassing on these roaches. These Mutalisks are actually proving to be a little bit more troublesome than they should be. Mutalisks really can just be handled properly if you get some decent fungals. Nerchio is getting Hydros now, seeing as though the Mutalisks are being a little bit ridiculous. And also, it's good for the transition that Bly is going into. It looks like he's transitioning into some Infestor Roach himself. And Nerchio getting the +1 attack upgrade for these Roaches and the Hydralisks. So, those will be hitting pretty hard here in a little bit. Bly's 3rd and 4th, getting ready to finish here in a second. And Nerchio has a lot of Infestors. Not a lot of support for them, though. He needs a lot more roaches if he wants those things to survive. Goes and cleans up a little bit of the mineral line. Gonna take out another Overlord, and he's just going all in with these Mutalisks. He's gonna lose almost all of them, I think. If not all of them. He's just trying to do as much damage as he can. These Mutalisks, I guess, are dead right now. They've done their job. He wants to free up that supply. So he's just going and picking off as many drones as possible. Cleaning up pretty much the entire main mineral line. Very well done by Bly. But in the meantime, over here at the 4th, Nerchio has destroyed that hatchery, and he is moving over to the 3rd, or the natural. He hasn't decided yet. Either way, Nerchio has just said, screw it, you can do whatever you want with those Mutalisks. I'm just going to attack you, and you're going to have to deal with it. You don't have enough units to deal with all of this. And now it looks like Bly getting a nice fungal in the back, trying to sandwich him in to that choke point. Almost killing the Infestors, just a little bit of red life left on them, and the 3rd goes down. And they're just kind of in a weird spot. He needs to find a way to get out of there. I'd like to see Bly get some clutch fungals and just hold those units in there when they come down the ramp. Hopefully he's paying attention when that happens. And leading out with an Infestor, nice fungal on all of Bly's Infestors, and those will all be falling here in a second. Unloading all the infested Terrans that he can. Getting a couple of nice fungals himself, but unfortunately not as well as that could have gone. Now in the meantime, Bly is trying to take out the 3rd for Nerchio, but he is going to lose all of these roaches, so I don't think it was really worth it. He needs as many forces as he can right now. Going into the natural, trying to do what he can, but that natural isn't going down. Those roaches are just going to die. I'm going to try and pick off a couple drones here. Don't really know how much that matters anymore. I mean, Nerchio's in a commanding lead right now. Both drone counts extremely low, but the unit count is just really, really ridiculous right now for Nerchio. He is way ahead. Got a couple of infested Terrans just waddling across the map. Kind of curious to see as to how Bly is going to respond to this. He does throw down another hatchery. Actually 2. Double expanding. I mean, if you expand twice, you really force them to take out one, but on a map like Shakuras, these 2 are so close that you would think that Nerchio would just take them both out. Usually when you double expand, you want to expand far away from each other. Now we do have a Spire for Nerchio going down, and we do have drops being researched, along with tunneling claws on Bly's side. So, may see a few shenanigans going in here as he is behind, trying to catch back up. Nerchio is going to check out this 3rd again, and he's going to be able to take that out fairly handily. Not really much that Bly can do about it. We have +1 armor being researched for Nerchio, and I don't think Bly has any upgrades, actually. Yeah, no upgrades on Bly's units, which is rather unfortunate, but he can't. He can afford it. What am I talking about? He should just make a huge pack of Zerglings and counterattack. That's what he needs to do. Look how many minerals he is floating right now. That is ridiculous. Any kind of Zergling counterattack would be awesome. And apparently I missed the third going down again, but he's going to lose all these roaches. And again, he's behind. He is not trading effectively. He's denying this third, but he has not really been able to capitalize on it in a way that's going to give it an advantage, or even things up right now. He's behind in upgrades. He's behind in supply. Do we have a hive yet? No, we don't have a hive yet, unfortunately. And he's not mining from his own third. He does have it up, but he's just now started mining from it. And Nerchio already put his back up. He's mining from that. How? Nerchio's main isn't even mined out completely yet. Bly's is almost. That natural looks pretty grim as well. Let's go ahead and check Nerchio's natural. Yeah, that is pretty grim as well. Basically, right now, whoever is able to secure a third properly is going to be the one who wins. Bly is behind as far as units go, in my opinion. He isn't. Nerchio could just crush him. He does have more roaches, but Nerchio's roaches are upgraded, and they also have Hydralisks that are upgraded, which are just going to tear through those roaches. And Nerchio also has more infestors with a lot of energy saved up for fungals. Wow. And oh my goodness. We have a doom drop getting ready to happen, and it looks like he's going to go straight for the main over here and try and take out all the tech. That would be amazing if he would move them. He just has them sitting here. There we go. And it looks like he's going to send them over here. Now we do have some corruptors just kind of coming in here and checking things out. Trying to pick off a few overlords. Nice transfuse there. But I still think that overlord's going to go. Nope. Going to deter away those corruptors. Couple infestors coming in here trying to pull some shenanigans. But the doom drop has come to the main. Is Bly going to be able to do enough damage to Nerchio? Comes in here, just kind of walking around, trying to focus down the queen there. And, oh, but the forces of Nerchio are close by. He's going to lose most of these roaches. Even more roaches are here, but they get picked up immediately. He wants to get out of there. And Nerchio's attack is completely thwarted. That is unfortunate. I think he actually got spotted a little bit by this overlord. And Nerchio's like, I wonder. And Bly now trying to drop onto the third, but that's going to be unsuccessful. There are already roaches there. And Nerchio is looking to take this game right now. However, a lot more roaches show up. And a lot more roaches show up for Nerchio. So everything is going to be okay on this side of things. Bly took a risk and it didn't pay off for him, unfortunately. It was definitely something that could have worked, but Nerchio was just prepared for it, and now Nerchio is double Bly's supply, and it's not looking good. He's getting +2 armor right now, so those roaches are going to be extra tanky. Do have a couple spine crawlers up here, but the problem is, look at this blue stream coming across the mini-map. They're just going to come up here and completely annihilate the third of Bly. Roaches just marching up the ramp, don't even care. And this is going to be GG. Yep, there is the GG from Bly. That is unfortunate. Some really good play out of Bly, but Nerchio is just amazing. Can't really stop him. Great ZVZ match. Again, if you guys want your own replays casted, go ahead and send them to me at TheFOHNreplays@gmail.com. Leave us a like or a favorite. Also, a comment would be nice if you would like more of these, or if you know of a match or a player that you want me to cast. Also, if you could subscribe to Ace Games, that would be wonderful. We do have a lot more games just than Starcraft 2. And I will leave it at that. See you guys next time.